again for another review, this time with the movie The Strange Case of Jacky Caillou, or just Jacky Caillou. This movie had a limited release. I went through a couple film festivals actually, and yeah, what could I say about this one? Very, very strange. Caught me off guard. Didn't watch a trailer. Went into a blind. Didn't know what to expect. Seem it's an indie movie by Darkstar, so I kind of knew I was going to get something, but I wasn't exactly sure what exactly I was going to get. But let me give you the premise on this one, right? This one follows a young man by the name of Jacky Caillou, who his grandmother's a healer. They live in a small village, and when I say healer, I mean like the herbs, the medicine. She puts her hands on people, and they're healed. Superstitions like that. He gets passed on the mantle of healer, and I think he becomes a little overwhelmed on what he actually can do. Um, the movie, not no music or anything in the background, very quiet as you hear like the sound of nature, stuff like that. Um, but they really don't really give you too much of like what's going on, other than Jacky is to become the village healer. He's not sure if he can do it. He's not even sure if it's actually real. They have a scene in the movie where he heals a bird, and it magically comes back to life or something like that. This movie kind of teeters on that, like between like is this really happening, and is this real? We kind of deal with some elements. I don't want to spoil it if you guys wind up seeing this. Um, we deal with some elements that I wasn't expecting to see within this movie. It's not as straightforward as you think it is. I almost want to say think outside the box. Anything I say would kind of be a spoiler, and I don't want to. I don't want to spoil you guys for like I said, it's an hour 20, hour 30 minute movie, um, and the movie starts off real normal, and that's all I'm going to say. It's in French, so you're going to be doing a bit of reading here, which is not bad at all. And like I said, you get a lot of build up in the village of like kind of who like the characters are here. Jacky, his friends, his grandmother, some of the other people that really respect the family, that really come to his grandmother to, for the healing stuff like that. And for the majority of the movie, you kind of see him just kind of sit back and watch his grandmother does what she does, and still trying to figure out if he believes this is actually happening, if this is real. Um, Throughout the movie, Jacky starts to get like these real dark dreams. They lead to things that happen later on in the movie. Um, but yeah, the movie's pretty short. Like I said, it's like an hour or so movie. Not nothing ridiculous. But I'll get into kind of like some of the pros and cons. What I liked about it. I like that they kept it simple. It wasn't overly ridiculous. When they get to some of the reveals, you kind of start to question like what the heck you're actually watching. And it kind of takes you back to that old. I don't even want to say a genre because then it kind of point where the movie's going. It takes you back to like some of those old school movies where I feel like you definitely don't see the twist coming, but you're like, is this even the same movie at this point? But yeah, like I said, like the surprise of what's going on, is what really kind of kept me into this movie, throughout its 90 minutes, 60-minute run or whatever. Um, but at the same time, the reason why this movie could be a little better or should be, I mean, it's just not as good as it could be. It just doesn't really give you a lot. Like I said, they set up a lot of stuff where, you build up with the characters, but its overall plot, where it's going, the payoff for me, I feel like just was not there. An hour 20, and we still don't know what we want to be at this point by 40 minutes. I had to look at the clock to see if it was any how much time was actually left, because I'm like, are they going to be able to explain this within like the next 20, 30, whatever. Um, it just doesn't do a lot of story building that I think is really really good. It's just not there, and it just does not explain anything. And that means it could be done on purpose. That could be done to kind of heighten the mystery of like what's going on. But after you invest this type of time, you expect to get some type of payoff. Um, Jacky, being a young man that he is, still trying to figure out what he wants to do. I don't know what he wants to do by the end of this movie. It's like I said, it's a lot going on. I can see kind of why this would be like this is a kind of like Canadian Film Festival and kind of like select because this is a indie movie. This is one of those indie movies where I don't want to say it's bad, but this is not something that I personally would have went to the movie theaters to watch. I don't think it's worth the dime. Had it been on like a Tubi or like it was streaming or something like that, I'd be like, okay. But luckily, I was able to watch this and kind of get my opinion on, obviously what's going on here. But the overall story of the movie is weak. Like I said, not a huge budget here, small cast. They just don't explain anything, and I it doesn't. It's not worth the time investment for you to get into this, and like I said, it just didn't give you the payoff that I don't even know if it knew what that was by the end of the movie, or like I said, what genre of movie this actually wanted to be. But very, very, very confusing. Like I said, shot very well. I could tell you that. I mean, it was definitely shot very well. Some of the cinematography, captures of the landscape. Them like the wide scenes of them walking around. Just the nature. If this was like a National Geographic movie, I'd be like, oh, okay, this was tight. But this is not what this movie was. This was a movie that was supposed to have plot and story and character development, and none of that was there. I'm not even sure. Is this like a three-parter? Because if that's the case, then maybe I'd be like, okay, I'll come back. But it just left me unsatisfied. Like I said, it's not something that I will recommend or watch again. It ain't for everybody. If you like movies, then don't watch this. But if you just want to torture yourself and say, hey, Terrell, you was right. What the heck was I watching? Then Jacky Caillou is for you. Um, it's one of the things like I would have to see. Like, I don't recommend me doing a rewatch, but I definitely maybe I need to read like a wiki or something like that to explain it to me a little bit better of what I just saw. But again, I don't think this is worth the time investment. I don't think this is worth the watch, at least to pay for you to watch. Like I said, if it's a stream or something like that and it's on, if I had to rate it, I mean, it's probably 2 stars for cinematography and, whatever else they had going on. But overall, it just dropped the ball for me. And that's an hour that, I probably could have been doing something else. Like I said, it was some decent parts about it, but this overall just not the movie for me. I was expecting more and I didn't get it. Jacky Caillou, it's out now. You probably will be able to stream this by it now if you decide that that's what you want to do with your time. Absolutely, go for it. But like I said, it just didn't catch me. This might be up somebody else's alley. It might catch your attention. This might be, oh man, Terrell was wrong. Hey, and I'll admit it. If you liked it, hey. But again, I wasn't feeling it. So, Jacky Caillou's out now. Check it out. The Strange Case of Jacky Caillou. You want to watch a local village healer, attempt to heal people, and I guess they believe it. And then it just goes a different direction. So, again, I just wish we got a little bit more of that. But again, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. And I'll see you guys for another review. See you.